Hi, everybody. Welcome back to East Lakeland as we get the second game of the day in Pool 2 underway. West Seminole with back-to-back games, so there was a little more of a delay between this one and the game that wrapped up. As a result, giving West Seminole an opportunity to get out of the sun. Big game for West Seminole. If they win it, they finish pool play unbeaten. Big game for Avon Park. After a couple of losses yesterday, they want an opportunity to get into the bracket play. Fielded at third by Litschke and Kason Jackson. Able to kick it in on to second as the throw is over the head of Eli Hamill. And a base runner on in scoring position for Avon Park. Here to get the top part of the first underway. So to have a shot at getting into that bracket play on Monday, Avon Park's got to win here. West Seminole with an opportunity to take the top spot in Pool 2. Rolled slowly toward short. Carter Lewis over to first with a throw. It'll bounce into the dirt. Cobb is on at first and beyond. Jackson headed towards third. He will be there standing. Couple of base runners on with nobody out for Avon Park. Let's get the lineup set for you. For Avon Park, Kason Jackson led off. He is at third. Crew Cobb followed. He is now at second. Chase Jackson batting in the 3 spot. Easton Jackson is the 4-hitter. Hazen Cobb batting 5th. Levi Strickland is the 6-hitter. Ty Parker batting 7th. Jackson Hancock in the 8 spot. 9-hitter is Colton Elder. It is rolled to Martindale. Martindale will bobble it. And safely on at first is Jackson. The other Jackson, Kason, comes in to score. Cobb winds up at third. And Avon Park with a 1-0 advantage. Couple of base runners on, nobody out. Aiden Reed batting 10th. Houston Hall is the 11-hitter. Jalen Sullivan in that 12 spot for Avon Park. West Seminole's got Whit Martindale on the hill. There is another Avon Park base hit. Easton Jackson delivering. Cobb coming in to score. Jackson coming in to score. And Easton Jackson with a 2 RBI single at first. So Avon Park cranking it up here in the top part of the first. Whit Martindale on the hill for West Seminole. Behind the plate, Harrison Holmes. At first, Eli Hamill. The second baseman is Michael Welch for West Seminole. Bounces over the head of Michael Welch. Jackson headed to third. He's safely there. Cobb. He will wind up at second, and Jackson will come in to score. And Avon Park putting together a big inning. 4 runs plating as Levi Strickland comes to the plate. Ty Parker moves to the on-deck circle. Carter Lewis at short. Ethan Litschke at third, rounding out that starting defense. Nice backhand at second by Welch. Fires over to first, not in time to get Strickland. And Cobb will come in and score from second.
All right, Ty, bud, let's go. Your turn.
Base runner at first, Ty Parker. Jackson Hancock coming to the plate. I'll make that Parker is at the plate. It is Strickland who is at first, and Hancock moves to the on-deck circle. Parker, the 7th at-bat here in the first. Over the mid of Martindale, fielded at short by Lewis. Won't make a throw, and a couple of base runners on for Jackson Hancock.
Good job, bud.
Outfield for West Seminole, C.J. Ashley in left. Left center belongs to Tanner Russell. Right center is L.J. Chris. And in right field, Charlie Smith. So there is your West Seminole defense. You've got the Avon Park offense. As Jackson Hancock knocked down by Martindale from his knees over to first. What a play by Whit Martindale. Getting Hancock on the 1-3 putout. Coming in, though, from second to third and on home is Strickland. As Parker is at second, and Avon Park now with a 6-0 lead. The 9th at-bat of the inning is Colton Elder. And it looks like Avon Park going to put together a inning that will plate, not sure how many, but bring 10 to that plate. Martindale dives on and tries to come up with it to get Parker at third. Cannot. Parker safely there while Elder is on the other corner. And here is the 10th at-bat in the inning. Aiden Reed in a 6-0 game. So Avon Park will lead by 6, 7, 8, or 9 going into the first, dependent upon the Aiden Reed at-bat. Big cut from Reed. And he was ready to swing again, and Blue's got to step in and reset. But Reed's going, hey, let me at it. Socks it towards third. Scooped up there by Litschke. He will get it into the circle. The runner from third will score. That is Ty Parker. And Avon Park putting together a big 7-run top part of the first. We go to the bottom of the inning. West Seminole coming to bat with Avon Park up by a touchdown and an extra point kick.
Southern to serve to begin this one. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley. Now play in the game. Well, she's been the head coach, but she's done her part for the season.
We enter the bottom of the first half of the order for West Seminole. Connor Jernigan starting things off after a 7-run top part of the inning for Avon Park. Jackson, Cobb, Jackson, Cobb, Strickland and Parker all coming in. Kaysen, Crew, Jace, Easton, Hazen, Levi, and Ty. And Avon Park takes a 7-0 advantage into the bottom part of the inning. Connor Jernigan leading things off for West Seminole. Rest of that batting order, Eli Hamill batting in the 2 spot. C.J. Ashley is the 3-hitter for West Seminole. Carter Lewis, he will bat 4th. It is dropped into center field by Jernigan. And Jernigan aboard to begin the first for West Seminole. Five-hitter Tanner Russell, Whit Martindale batting 6th. Ethan Litschke is the 7-hitter. Michael Welch in the 8th spot. Harrison Holmes batting 9th. Charlie Smith, the 10-hitter. L.J. Chris is the 11th spot. And Tyson Osborne will bat 12th. Another shot right to about the same spot that Jernigan hit. Hamill delivering with a single that's now got runners on the corners. Hamill at first, Jernigan the base runner at third. Nobody out here in the bottom part of the inning. Avon Park with Easton Jackson on the hill. Jackson Hancock behind the plate. At first, Kaysen Jackson. Jace Jackson at second. Crew Cobb at short. Hazen Cobb at third. It is launched into right field by Ashley. In to score Jernigan. Hamill on his way to third. Throw going to second. Able to slide in safely. Underneath the tag is C.J. Ashley. Hamilton will come in and score as well. And West Seminole plating a couple of runs here in the bottom part of the first with a base runner at second. Nobody out for Carter Lewis. The Avon Park outfield has Houston Hall in left center Ty Parker, right center Colton Elder, and Levi Strickland in right field. Popped up in the direction of Jackson. Jackson couldn't come up with it, just a little bit short. Ashley at third, Lewis the base runner at first. And the fifth at bat for West Seminole here in the bottom part of the first coming to the plate. Tanner Russell with Whit Martindale moving to the on-deck circle. High into the air towards center field. That drives in Ashley. Lewis rounding second on his way to third. Russell putting on the brakes, goes back to the bag. And he will be safely at first. Again, runners at first and third, and now a 7-3 game. Well, great to have you aboard. West Seminole taking on Avon Park. Final game in pool play for West Seminole. Next to the last game in pool play for Avon Park. Avon Park needs a victory here and then one over Mariana to finish 2-2 and hope for a chance to get into bracket play. West Seminole probably in, but hoping to finish 1 and not 2. Popped up towards third. That will get over the head of third baseman Hazen Cobb, who stepped in. Lewis scores from third. Russell goes to second. Martindale, the base runner, at first.
Up to bat, number 14, Ethan.
Still nobody out for Ethan Litchke. Game's MVP in that win over South Sumter. Lined it towards third, drops away from Cobb. Russell given the green light from third. He will almost run over the coach and get to the house. Meanwhile, here comes Martindale to score as well with a feet first slide, and on to third, Ethan Litchke. And West Seminole here in the bottom part of the first gets to within 1. Well, we'll keep an eye on the other field where Sebring and DeSoto are now in the third inning of that one, and Sebring with a 13-4 lead in the third. High fly ball to center field. Stumbling a bit coming out of the box was Welch, but he will hop up, get to first, and stay there. Litchke comes in and scores the tying run. 7 each with Harrison Holmes headed to the plate. Charlie Smith to the on-deck circle. Driven down the line, right between Cobb and the foul line, and will travel all the way towards the fence. A couple of feet off the fence, retrieved there by Hall. Welch will come in and score. Heading to third, Harrison Holmes makes the turn, comes home. It's an inside the Parker for Harrison Holmes. And West Seminole taking the lead here in the bottom of the first as the bases are now cleared for the 10-hitter Charlie Smith. And Charlie Smith, representing the 10th at-bat, will just smack it, hit the accelerator, and not stop until he's guided towards the dugout. We'll see how many bags he touches en route. Into left field for Charlie Smith. Motors his way to second, trying to get the ball into the circle. Still not there. Smith is at third. The ball is not in the circle yet, and the feet first slide by Charlie Smith means West Seminole plates the max of 10 in the bottom of the first. 17 runs played in the inning. 10 belong to West Seminole, 7 to Avon Park. We head to the second. It's the 11, 12, and 1 hitters due up for Avon Park when we return.
Southern to serve to begin this finish time. He's got running room. Infield, kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley. Now 20 in the game. Oh, she's been the head coach. So she's done her part for the season.
Top of the second, Houston Hall starting things off for Avon Park. Jalen Sullivan, Kason Jackson due up in the inning as well. Hit right in front of the plate. Martindale will retrieve over to first, able to get it there in time. And Houston Hall out number 1. 20 runs could have scored in the first. We had 17 of the 20. Get a max of 10 per team.
Number 9, Jalen.
17 out of a possible 20 played in the first. One away for Jalen Sullivan. Left-hander ready. Sitting on go. Over towards third. Litschke scoops up across the diamond to get Sullivan on the 5-3. 2 gone as we get back to the top of the order. And Sullivan agitated with himself as he goes to the dugout. Coach saying, all right, Jalen Sullivan, you'll get another at-bat. Wanted to get aboard for the team, not happy with himself. Walks in the dugout, and I'm sure we'll get multiple pats on the back. Hit to Litschke. Over to first, and out goes Jackson. Well, after 7 score in the first, it's a 3-up, 3-down, top of the second for Avon Park. West Seminole leading by 3, coming to bat. You're watching the Florida Dixie Youth Baseball T-Ball Tournament on JockJive.com.
Southern to serve to begin this finish time. He's got running room. Infield, kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley. Now 20 in the game. Oh, she's been the head coach. So she's done her part for the season.
We head to the bottom of the second. LJ Chris starting things off. Tyson Osborne, Connor Jernigan, the 11, 12, and 1 spots for West Seminole. Avon Park, after a 7-run first, scoreless in the second. West Seminole put 10 on the board in the first. Now batting here in the second. Easton Jackson on the bump, taking care of some batting gloves. Still was donning the gloves and needed to get the mitt on hand. So the mitts on the left hand of Easton Jackson. And Blue says, let's play ball. LJ Chris. Underneath the mitt at third of Cobb. Into left field, and Chris is on to begin the West Seminole second. Well, now might be a good spot to mention Facebook and Twitter. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter. We keep you posted on score schedules and more. If inclement weather comes in, forecast, by the way, says we might get some wet stuff today. We are hoping not. But if it does, and it suspends play, you know about it, at least why and when play will resume quicker than most. Popped up by Osborne towards third, charging in Cobb. He will launch it over to first. That will get beyond first baseman Jackson. Chris, rounding third, comes home. Osborne said, I think I can. He has made it to third. So Osborne at third as we go back to the top of the order. Chris will score. Connor Jernigan coming to the plate. But you get all the information on weather, on delays, on when play will resume, on score schedules, and a whole lot more by following us on Twitter, liking us on Facebook. Now, yeah, we'd like to get to 1,000 followers on Twitter, but the big focus, Facebook, where we're trying to get to 10,000 by the end of the summer. That is 850 away. Rolled up the middle. Over to his right to field. That is Jackson, and will get the out at first of Connor Jernigan as Osborne comes in from third. One out for Eli Hamill. Hamill with a base hit and a run scored in the first. C.J. Ashley to the on-deck circle. Pop fly left field. And trying to turn the body around to field was Ty Parker. It goes one way, he goes the other. And now base runner safe, almost tagged out Hamill. As the ball came in, and first baseman Kason Jackson got in on the action, covering the bag. Base runner in scoring position for C.J. Ashley. Here's the goal before I leave, by the way. In the gap, right center field. In pursuit of the baseball, Levi Strickland. In to score, Hamill. On his way to third, Ashley. Ball still rolling. Ashley given the green light. Throw to the plate, not in time, and Ashley will score. Hamill does the same, and West Seminole now doubling up on Avon Park. Here's the sixth at-bat in the second, Carter Lewis. Tanner Russell to the on-deck circle. But here's the goal before I leave tomorrow night after the first day of bracket play. 9,200. It's only 50 away. As this one is shot towards another gap. This one in center field. Lewis not stopping at second. Cobb hops up, throws into the circle, and that means Lewis will have to go back to third. So to get 9,200 on Facebook, we need you opening up a brand new browser. If you haven't already liked us on Facebook, open up a brand new browser. Don't close out the game coverage. Don't want you to miss a hit, a run, or a catch. Into left field. Bounces away from Jalen Sullivan. Lewis will come in and score. Russell rounding second, headed towards third. Ball still on the infield, into the circle, but not in time. And Tanner Russell turns it into an inside the Parker. Bases cleared and the lead now 9. Whit Martindale batting here in the bottom of the second for West Seminole. See what I was talking about yesterday, by the way, with the fast pace of T-ball as Martindale delivers into center field? I could give a plug for Facebook in between at-bats in college and high school. It takes about an inning to get it in T-ball. 9,200 the goal. Open a brand new browser. Like us, follow us on Twitter. Come right back to the game. Get your friends, your neighbors, your family, people you don't know to do the same. 9,200 by the end of the day tomorrow. 10,000 by the end of the summer. Litschke did not quite get it beyond the arc, which means it's a foul ball, and Litschke will come back to the box. Back to second goes Martindale. One away, Litschke, the 9th at-bat in the second inning. Michael Welch moving to the on-deck circle. Popped up, coming in, Cobb. Little trouble finding the handle, no throw over. Litschke's safe. Martindale stays put at second. And there are a couple of base runners on. Michael Welch, the 10th at-bat here in the second. 6 runs have plated. Question is, will it be a 6-run second, a 7, 8, or 9-run second? Welch, left-hander, shoves it towards second. Nice scoop up by Jackson. Loses the ball trying to tag out Litschke. Martindale will score. Litschke will come in and score. Ball into the circle to Jackson. That means Welch will stay at third. But a total of 2 more runs plate. And the lead now 11. We head to the third. 18-7 West Seminole. Avon Park's got Cobb, Jackson, and Jackson. Crew, Jace, and Easton when we return.
Southern to serve to begin this one. He's got running room. Infield, kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley, now 20 in the game. She's been the head coach. But she's done her part.
We enter the top of the third. Crew, Cobb, Jace Jackson, Easton Jackson due up in the inning for Avon Park. An 11-run West Seminole lead here in the top part of the inning. A little bit behind schedule. The game originally slated for a noontime start. Started at about 20 after. At 2, if we get back on track, Mariana and Fort Meade. Hit to short. Fielded by Lewis. Throw over to first, not in time. And Crew Cobb on to begin the Avon Park third. So a base runner on for Chase Jackson. Jace with a base hit and a run scored in the first. Easton Jackson moves to the on-deck circle. You might notice there atop your scoreboard there is a text number, 334-488-1385. Text us shout-outs. Root on a team member. Lewis stepping on the bag. It's second on to first with a throw. Won't turn the double play, but does get the out of the lead runner. Looking over to the adjoining field, they are in the fourth, where it is a 17-5 Sebring lead over DeSoto. Here we are in the third, and it's an 18-7 West Seminole advantage with Easton Jackson batting. And Jace Jackson, the base runner, at first. Ball on tee, left-hander winds up, goes through the routine, pops it away, and into the mitt at second of Michael Welch. So 2 gone for Hazen Cobb. Well, yesterday afternoon, it was about 1:30 in the afternoon when the rains came and delayed play. And it was about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe about 1:15, when Jason Thompson, who's doing the play-by-play on field 2, as this one is rolled over to Welch. Welch bobbles, throw to first, not in time. Ball goes into the circle, and there's runners on the corners. But it was about 1:15 when Jason came over and said, hey, looks like we're going to make it through the day with no rain. 1:30, we stopped play for about 3 hours. So I'm going to ask Jason to stay over there on his field and not comment on the weather. And we'll see how much we can get in before the possibility of rain. Strickland hitting it towards second. And the throw is there in time at second to get Cobb as Strickland wraps into the 4-6. I think the run will plate it will. So they do count the 1 run and make it an 18-8 contest headed to the West Seminole, bottom of the third.
Southern Reserve to begin this time. He's got running room. Infield, kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley. Now 20 in the game. Well, she's been the head coach. But she's done her part for the season.
We head to the bottom of the third. Harrison Holmes starting things off. Charlie Smith, L.J. Christou up in the inning, 2. And Holmes delivering into left field with a base hit to begin the third for West Seminole. West Seminole trying to put together a big inning that will put a substantial distance between they and Avon Park with a 10-run lead coming into the bottom of the third. Avon Park, a big first, scoreless in the second, 1-run plates in the third. Popped up on the infield. Doolin can't get to it. And a couple of base runners aboard as Charlie Smith will deliver. By the way, I mentioned the text number on the scoreboard looking for shout-outs. Cheer on a team member. Just one request. Okay, maybe two. One is that when you send the shout out, you let us know where you are watching from. City, state, country. Two would be if it's an interesting spot to be watching the game. Include that too. Over the mid of Cobb into left field. Delivering is L.J. Chris, rounding third. Holmes, he will come in to score. Smith goes to third. And Chris, the base runner, at first. You know what I'm talking about with interesting. If you're watching the game, crop dusting, like a guy was in a World Series we did out in Washington last year. Or you're watching the game while in surgery, like we had during a basketball tournament in December. Over Cobb at third. Tyson Osborne on his way to first. He will get there safely. Smith will come in and score. And we go back to the top of the order with a couple of base runners aboard, and the West Seminole lead grows to 12.
Number 34,
Connor Jernigan 1 for 2. Ground out to the pitcher his last at-bat. And a single and scored a run in the first. Sizes things up, pulls back, launches one to center field. Given the green light, Chris. Ball pops out. Almost got the force out at second of Tyson Osborne, but Osborne able to slide in safely. Chris will come in and score. Osborne in second. Jernigan, the base runner, at first.
Up to bat, number 11, Eli.
Eli Hamill, 2 for 2. C.J. Ashley to the on-deck circle. So shout-outs, where you're watching from, interesting spots, and heck, if you want to include a selfie, do that. Rolled slowly towards short. Cobb's got it. Goes to second with a throw. Not in time to get Jernigan. Osborne motoring from third, and he will take a little bit of a detour around catcher Jackson Hancock and touch home plate, score, and head to the dugout for a round of high fives.
20, CJ.
Still a couple of base runners on. Still at first and second. And C.J. Ashley, who is singled and homered, awaits the opportunity. Ricochets off the mound into the mid of Jackson. Jackson able to tag out Hamill. Jernigan sent back to third. So Ashley wrapping into the putout of Hamill. For out number one, runners at first and third with one away.
Up to bat, number 44, Carter.
Carter Lewis, the eighth at bat in the third. Tanner Russell moves to the on-deck circle. Couple of base runners on. They are on the corners. As this one is rolled towards first, Jackson watches it ricochet into right field, into score Jernigan. Ashley rounding third and says, oh, wait just a minute. Got to hit the brakes, put it in reverse, go to third. And now coming in to score is Ashley. And let's see, was time called or did the run play? It played it. So Jernigan and Ashley in to score.
Up to bat, number 42,
Lewis at second. And West Seminole now with a 24-8 advantage. Tanner Russell with Lewis in scoring position. Martindale, who is on deck, represents the 10th at-bat of the inning. Rolled over towards first. Retrieved by Jackson, but not able to get Russell. Lewis will come in and score. West Seminole with a 25-8 lead.
50 wins.
The lead currently 17. Whit Martindale the last at bat, and he's told to just rock and roll. Keep running. Meanwhile, Avon Park trying to get the out of Martindale. He ran out of the base path. Is the out. Out two, though. He, of course, the 10th at bat. That's almost irrelevant, except that it extended play and allowed Russell to come in and score. So West Seminole extends the lead to 18 as we head to the top of the fourth. Avon Park with a mid part of their order coming to bat. You are watching the Florida Dixie Youth Baseball T-Ball Tournament on JockJive.
Southern to serve to begin this finish time. He's got running room. Midfield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
One right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley. Now 20 in the game. As long as he's been the head coach. But she's done her part for the season.
Up to bat number 17, Ty.
Ty Parker leading off the inning. Martindale fields, throws over to first. Not in time to get Parker. He will make the turn, go to second, ball into the circle of Martindale. But Parker starts things off getting aboard and is at second for Avon Park.
Up to bat number 18.
Jackson Hancock coming to the plate. Well, it was about this time yesterday afternoon when clouds began to build, and they are building once more here in East Lakeland. Roll to Martindale. Knocks it down over to first, able to get the throw into the mid of Hamill. Gets the out of Hancock on the 1-3. Parker will go to third with one away. Avon Park needing a big inning. It is an 18-run lead, and what ends the game is not a set mercy rule. It is when you are mathematically unable to come back. There's 2 more innings, so if you are Avon Park and you score a max of 10 per, the most you can do in the 5th and 6th is 20. So Avon Park trying to plate as many runs as possible here in the 4th. Colton Elder rolled to second. Welch has got it. Throw to first. And will pull off Hamill, and in to score is Ty Parker. The lead now 17. And the more you score in the 3rd, that means the more West Seminole's got to score in the bottom part of the inning, or actually in the 4th. In the bottom part of the inning to keep it from going to the 5th. Roll towards third. And Lynchke will field but will not throw. Couple of base runners on. One out, top of the 4th.
Up to bat number
Aiden Reed at first. Colton Elder is at second. Houston Hall stepping into the box. (25-5), by the way, in the Sebring-DeSoto game. Sebring with the 20-run lead in the 4th. And I think they're going to the bottom part of the 4th in that one. Martindale fields, and not ready for it. Over at third was Lynchke. Actually, that was L.J. Chris, I think, who had come in. Elder will score. Reed will score. And Houston Hall is at second. So West Seminole sees their lead shrink to 15 as Avon Park puts in a bid to get to the 5th in this one. Jalen Sullivan wrapped into the 5-3 in the 2nd. Batting here in the 4th with a base runner at second, Hall. Roll towards Martindale, and then off Martindale's mitt. Lewis has got it. Sends it back into the circle, but a base hit for Sullivan. He's over at first. Well, in the game on the opposing field over, it is a 26-5 final as Sebring has beaten DeSoto. So the second game of the day in Pool 1 over. Quick update on scores from today. In Pool 1, Wildwood 16-13 over DeSoto. Sebring now a 26-5 victor over DeSoto as well. Throw goes to second, but safely there is Kaysen Jackson, or make that Jalen Sullivan. Kaysen Jackson, the base runner at first. Hall will come in and score. And Avon Park putting together a big inning. 4 runs plating here in the 4th. Crew Cobb, 2 for 2. Popped up to first. Snagged by Hamill, able to get to the bag ahead of the arrival of Cobb, but Jalen Sullivan making his way home. Jackson to third. And there's 2 outs for Jace Jackson. Jace Jackson scored a couple of runs, 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd. He is the 9th at bat in the Avon Park 4th. They needed runs in the 4th, and they've gotten them. Popped up. Fielded by Welch. In to score Jackson. And here comes the last at bat in the 4th. And Avon Park has all but assured themselves a 5th inning. Easton Jackson representing batter number 10 for Avon Park. Six runs have plated. Avon Park wants 8. Roll to Martindale. He will take it. Stand with it in the circle. The inning will come to an end. A total of 6 will plate. And Avon Park has forced the hand of West Seminole. They've got to have 9 to avoid the 5th. Back with the bottom of the 4th after the break.
Southern to serve to begin this return. He's got running room. Infield, kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here on JockJive.com.
To bat number 14, Ethan.
Leading things off, Ethan Litchkey. He will wrap it into left field. And West Seminole's got their leadoff batter aboard in the fourth. Well, the only way to avoid a fifth inning if you are West Seminole is to plate. Let's see how many runs you got to get. I said 9 earlier. That's not accurate. If you put a total of, well, maybe that is accurate. 9 on the board. Let's see. It's a 12-run lead currently. And that's not exactly right. My math skills are suspect. No, I think that is right. Well, they're not as suspect as I thought. Welch, high fly ball, and then a collision, and reaching for his leg is Welch. Litchkey will go back to third, laying on the ground as Welch. He had a collision, I think that was with first baseman Kason Jackson, and immediately went down, grasping his foot. And now the officials discussing, and they've got a discussion. Is he out? He was tagged out while laying there, and play apparently had not been called. So technically, maybe out, maybe not. Let's see. And we will see where the officials put him. Looks like he's going to stay in the game, so the officials apparently suggesting that he is safe, but that's just the early indications. And yep, he is safe at second. So base runners at second and third, and there may be a rule in Dixie Youth Baseball. I'm not familiar with many of the rules in Dixie Youth, but there may be a rule that once an injury occurs, it's an automatic dead ball. So Welch and Litchkey aboard for Harrison Holmes. Holmes with a high fly ball left field. Litchkey coming in to score. Welch maybe a little wobble to the gate, but not much. Trots into home. And Holmes safely at first, driving in a pair of runs.
To bat number 1, Charlie.
Well, again, you've got to mathematically eliminate the other team to avoid going to the complete 6. As that shot by Charlie Smith gets Holmes to third. Right now, Avon Park, if they scored 10 in the 5th and 6th, could score 20 runs, which would put 34 on the board, which indeed means West Seminole's got to get to 35 to make it impossible to win if you scored the max of 20. So it's got to be a 9-run West Seminole inning, or we will go to the 5th. L.J. Chris, a perfect 2 for 2. 2 runs scored with an RBI. Drives it between the gap between the 5 and the 6 spot. Holmes will come in and score. Smith rounding third. He is headed home. The throw to the plate. Hancock watches it roll to the screen. On his way to third is L.J. Chris. And 2 more runs will plate with Chris at third for Tyson Osborne.
Up to bat number 13, Tyson.
Osborne's been perfect on the day. Steps in the box with a RBI opportunity over at third. Rolls it towards third. Cobb can't handle it. And Osborne safely at first. And Osborne says, whoa, wait just a minute, got to get back, and he's tagged out. So Osborne was thinking about sneaking towards second, got tagged out. And now if you are West Seminole, you've got 4 more at-bats, so they've all got to score when we go to the 5th.
Number 34, Connor.
1 away for Connor Jernigan. Eli Hamill to the on-deck circle. Rolled into left field and gets by everybody. Talk about seeing eye singles. That ball saw defenders and continued to roll. And speaking of continuing to roll, Connor Jernigan makes the turn, comes home. He will score. A 32-14 lead for Eli Hamill. Well, again, all of the remaining West Seminole players have got to score to keep us from going to the 5th. And the throw over in time to get Hamill on the 6-3. And that put out means we've got a 5th inning. As out goes Hamill on the 6-3. C.J. Ashley to the plate with 2 away. Roll towards second. And the throw pulling off first baseman Jackson. Jay's trying to get it to Kaysen. Jackson to Jackson. Ashley on, and here's the 10th at-bat of the inning.
Up to bat, number 44, Carter.
Carter Lewis, perfect on the day. 3 trips to the plate, 3 trips home. Avon Park's 5th will start with the 4 spot. Hayes and Cobb, Levi Strickland due up in the inning too. Carter Lewis, last at bat in the bottom of the 4th. Ashley. Avon Park trying to get into the circle. Ashley will come in and score. Lewis will hold up at 3rd. Nope. He'll be tagged out. Trying to get back to 3rd. Nope. It'll be dropped by Jackson. And hopping up is Lewis. He will come in and score. The lead is 20. We head to the 5th. Avon Park knows the task. They've got to just about plate the max in the 5th and 6th. It all starts when we return on JockJive.com.
Southern to serve to begin this time. He's got running room. Infield kicks it in. 40. Got one guy to beat, and he beats him easily into the end zone.
Watch right here on JockJive.com.
Mosley. Now with 20 in the game. Well, she's been the head coach, but she's done her part for the season.
We head to the top of the 5th. Avon Park sending Easton Jackson, Hayes and Cobb, Levi Strickland to the plate. The task is not simple, but at least knowing what the task is cut and dried. Avon Park's got to score 10 in the 5th and 6th just to tie it up. So 1 out ends the game. It is rolled towards Welch. Throw is low, and safely on is Jackson. Now, I don't know if that's how tightly they will play this, but in reality, 1 out means you can't score the max, which means there's no possibility to overcome the 20-run deficit. 1 aboard. Easton Jackson at first as Hazen Cobb steps in. Talk about pressure on this Avon Park squad. Everybody has got to hit and score. Martindale rolls over the mitt and retrieved by Lewis. Couple of base runners on. Here comes Levi Strickland. Strickland 1 for 2. He's singled. He's wrapped into a 4-6. Well, it's Ty Parker coming to the plate. So apparently I missed something in the 4th. So it was Cobb that led off. It was Strickland that got on. It is Parker who is batting. So Easton Jackson makes the last out of the 4th. Hazen Cobb begins the 5th. Gets on. Levi Strickland gets on. And Ty Parker throw over to first. Not in time. In to score comes Cobb. And steal runners at first and second. And thus far, Avon Park keeping the improbable possible. Jackson Hancock 0 for 2. Gives a thumbs up to coach, says, yep, that's right where it needs to be T-wise. Slaps it towards Martindale. Scoops up, goes over to first, gets the out, and that should end the game. Strickland comes in and scores. But with the out, and they are going to continue to play, but with the out, there's no possibility of an Avon Park win. So it is mathematically impossible. The deficit is 18. As it is slowly rolled towards Lewis. Lewis will go over to first, and not there in time. Parker in to score. Elder at first. Let me make sure my math is right, which is always questionable. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more this inning. And 1 aboard. So that's a possibility of 6, which would make it a 34-23 game. If West Seminole is held scoreless in the bottom of the 5th, you still can't produce enough runs to win it. Reed out on the 1-3. And there's 2 away. So apparently they just let the inning play through, despite the fact that it's a mathematical impossibility to win it. Houston Hall with 2 away, 1 aboard. Into the dirt with a throw from Michael Welch to his first baseman, Hamill. Tumbling in is Elder. And it's a 34-18 game. Well, again, West Seminole has won it. You cannot come back mathematically if you are Avon Park. So West Seminole will finish unbeaten in pool play, grab the top spot, the 2 spot up for grabs. Roll towards Martindale. Over to first. And Sullivan out on the 1-3 putout. And Sullivan not happy with himself. He wanted to be on over at first. This ball game comes to an end as West Seminole captures the top spot in Pool 2, finishing 4-0. Avon Park falls to 0-3. They've got another game. Meanwhile, we've got Marietta and Fort Meade coming up next. It is slated for a 2 o'clock start, and we might get it underway on time. Mama Nature cooperating. 34-18 your final. Thanks so much for watching. Game about to be archived here on JockJive. I'm Robert Williamson. So long.